Okay. So what are the things that we completed guys yesterday in the NumPy? The recording, just give me a minute. Yes, okay. All set. So one day in the NumPy is a library we know very well. So in NumPy library, we have a lot of functions. Every function will do one specific work. So in NumPy, array is the function which is used to create the dimensions, and we have seen a range function also, which will give the range of values in 1D, and also reshape also we have seen how to make 1D, 2D, 3D kind of data, how to access the values, everything we have seen. Till here, any doubts? Yes, do you have any doubts till here?
One doubt, Kamal.
Yes, please.
How to create 3D dimension 3D data using array?
3D data using array.
Yes.
So 3D, let's 3D data using array format. Okay, using array format. For example, A is equals to, let me run the NumPy library, because since I opened very freshly, I need to import the library. I just need to import the library. So here, let's come back. A is equals to np dot, okay, np dot array of, okay, np dot array of. So see here, 10, 20, 30, okay, 100, 200, 300. Let's say 1, 2, 3. So it is a 2D or 1D, tell me. It is a 2D or 1D. I
Is it
clearly told
2D?
you. Yes, it is one row. This is row 1, row 2, and row 3. So okay, 3 rows I am giving. 3 rows I am giving, and outer list is there. So no. So since it is a 2D, so what you do is write another list outside. Write another list. So 2D completed. Again, I am writing another list. 3D. Okay, 3D. Now see, let's say how to understand is, for example, total inner rows are there, which means 1D. Outside, how many are there? 2 lists are there. So 1 plus 2 is nothing but 3D. So if you print it here, for example, if you print it, see, it is showing total. This is 1D, 2D, and 3D. Then what will be the shape? Can you tell me? What will be the shape? What will be the shape? This everything treated like a one box. Okay, this everything treated like a one box. And in one box, how many rows are there?
3.
3 rows are there and 3 columns are there. See, print a dot shape, print a dot end. If I run it, can you see here, guys? Can you see? It's a three-dimension data where one box, 3 rows and 3 columns. If you want to create multiple boxes, we need to have the data manually. Then using the reshape, we can do it. Using this kind of array, it is very complicated. Okay,
Oh, okay.
understood?
Okay. Thank you, Kamal.
Yeah. So today we'll see lot of functions are there. We have just seen a reshape function. We have seen the array function. We have just seen let's say reshape, array, and arrange. Only we have seen only 3 functions. We have seen only 3 functions. We have seen lot of functions are there. I will write here few functions in NumPy. See, for the string concept, string functions, list concept, list functions. In the same way, we will be having For the NumPy, NumPy concept we will be having NumPy functions, where we already discussed array, we already discussed a range, we already discussed reshape, we already discussed reshape. So what is the next one? Lot of things are there. Zeros, most important one. Zeros, let's say ones. Okay, zeros, ones. Okay, zeros are there, ones are there. Let's say I. Okay, I ravel transpose. Okay, transpose, and I think fill. I think so. Fill or full, something will be there. Let me check it. But starts with F. Fill or full, something. Okay. Then once zeros, once I ravel transpose fill. Then let's say mm, what are the functions, important functions in NumPy? Let's say random function. Random is also very important. So these functions, if you learn much more enough. So first three we already know. So what is the meaning of zeros? What is the meaning of zeros? Used to create the matrix with zeros. Used to create the matrix with zeros. For example, let's say A is equals to numpy dot. In the numpy, there is a function known as a zeros. See, there is a function known as a zeros. See, zeros. There is a function known as a zeros. So for this particular zeros, if you pass, see, I am going to pass 3 comma 5, 3 comma 5, just to print A. I am going to pass 3 comma 5. So what is happening? You tell me what this zeros function is doing. What this zeros function is doing, can you tell me? So zeros function will take the input from the user, 3 rows and 5 columns. Data will be created and everything will be mentioned with zeros only. Everything will be mentioned with zeros only. If you see, the output is in the form of float, 0 point, 0 point, floating value is there. Let's say if you see print a dot d type, what is the data type of that particular a? See, float 64. So the variable a is holding this outcome, and what was the data type? It's a float. 64 means 64 bit. So you need to keep one thing in mind. NumPy default value is default data type. Default data type is float 64. Float 64. If you see, NumPy is default data. If you do any operation in NumPy, if you don't mention explicitly the data type it is going to take is float 64. You can see it here. For example, if you do artificial intelligence, the people who belongs to the data science people, let's say we will be working in upcoming sections with the powerful tool PyTorch in upcoming sections. So PyTorch is an advanced NumPy. The people who knows this PyTorch in nowadays can break the rules. I mean, with very good jobs. Okay, the default data type for the PyTorch, which is an advanced NumPy is nothing but float 32. So see here, float 64. Every value 64 bits of memory will be occupied. So 64 bits of memory will be occupied in the memory. So to overcome this, lot of memory upgrade of NumPy, like update of NumPy is nothing but PyTorch, where it will be using float 32. Float 32. So that we will be discussing for the AI paper. So NumPy, say just NumPy, what zeros is doing? The zeros will take from the user 3 rows and 5 columns. All the things will be filled with zeros only. All the things will be filled with zeros only. So here you need to understand one more point. You just need to understand one more point. If I copy it and if I paste it here, Kamal, okay, defaultly when I am trying to create 3 rows and 5 columns, zero, all the things filled with zeros. So can you make it? Can you change the data type? I want to represent with the integer. So keep a column here, keep a column. So D type, data type of what I need the data type of using NumPy. I want integer 64. Into 64 data type I need. Using NumPy, I want, see, we know already defaultly NumPy will give float, but using NumPy, I want the output in the form of integer. See, data types will be different time. See, int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64. What is the meaning of this, Kamal? For example, a is equals to 12. I told you if you want to, a 12 will be saved into the variable and 8 bits of memory will be saved. So now, sorry, 4, right? Integer, 4 bits, bytes of 1 byte means 8 bits. So 32 bits of memory will be stored. So in the same way, int 64 means 64 bits of memory will be saved for every integer value. For every integer value. Okay. So, okay. So I want the output in an integer format. See, now the output will be in integer format. See, now the output will be in integer format. Guys, understood? Zeros function. You can ask me, sir, what is the purpose of zeros? What is the purpose of zeros? So if you see any artificial intelligence, so slowly you are entering into the AI world. So any AI, if you see any AI or advanced AI, anything you see, images or speech or anything, the data we will be, if you take the images data will be having black and white area, black and white area. So all the black color pixels will be converted into zeros, will be treated like zeros. That's why in NumPy zeros are very, very important. So when coming to the images, every pixel, black and white area, color area will be there now in the pixels. In the color image there, the zeros functions will be useful. These zeros functions will be useful where you can create a black image, where you can create a black image. Okay, guys, understood? Everyone? Zeros function. Let's take one. Okay, let's take ones. Let's take ones. So ones is nothing but here instead of zeros, everything will comes as ones. Everything will comes as ones. So a is equals to numpy dot ones of a is equals to numpy dot ones of ones of I want to create 3 rows and 5 columns. Anything you can give into ones. So everything should be ones. Print a. See, everything will be ones, but default it is a floating data type. It is a float. If you want to convert them into integer, if you want to convert them into integer, so data type is equals to numpy dot int 32 or 8 or 16 or 64, anything you can give. Anything you can give. See? So you can ask me, I'm telling you once again, what is the purpose of zeros function in NumPy and ones function in NumPy? I'm telling you once again, any artificial intelligence, which means mainly images will be having black color images, black area and white area. All the white areas will be treated like value 1 and all the black colors will be treated like 0. So that's why this for the AI people in upcoming sections we will be discussing. So anything, any color spaces any color spaces if we take or any RGB channels if we take, the pixel values will be considered between 0 to 1. So that's why zeros and ones are useful for the AI people. Okay, that is the purpose of zeros and ones. Sir, is there any other functions like 2, 3, 4, 5? No, only 0 and 1. Only two things will be available. But if you want to give your own value, if you want to create a matrix with your own value, use the fill option. A is equals to NumPy dot, in the NumPy, there is a function known as a fill. I think fill or full, I don't know. Full, I think. Full, I think, yeah, full. So not fill, it's full. Okay. Here also let me change. It's also full. Okay. Full. Using NumPy, I want to create, please, I'm going to pass 5. Okay. Pass 5, and or else let's say C. I want to create 3 rows and 5 columns, anything you can pass, and with a value 9, with a value 9, with a value 9. So if I print A, see what happens. See what happens. What is the meaning of it? So using NumPy, I'm using a full function where you are trying to create 3 rows and 5 columns, and every value will be filled with value 9. Every value will be filled with value 9. So zeros and ones are default, they are available. But if you want to add the value, whatever the value that you want, use the full. Use the full and you can add the value. Guys, following me, everyone? Following me? What is the purpose of zeros? What is the purpose of ones and full function?
Yes, sir.
It is only used for 2D, sir. Any data, 2D representation only finally we will be using. Any image data or any text data, it might be 3D, it might be 4D initially, but at the end of the day, before going to give to the model, algorithms or anything, the data will be converted in the form of 2D. So it's 1D or 2D, so that it's easy to maintain the matrix multiplication. So it's the purpose of zeros, ones and full. So let's discuss about transpose. Okay, transpose. What is the purpose of using transpose function? Transpose function. So transpose function is used to convert rows to columns and columns to rows. So rows to columns and columns to rows. Already we have a 2D representation data somewhere. Instead of wasting time, so let's take this data. Let me take this data and let me paste it here. Let me take this data. Let me take the data in the form of 2D. Okay. Let me take the data in the form of 2D. You can see, guys, how many rows and how many columns are there?
3 rows, 3 columns.
3 rows and 3
3
columns.
columns.
See, print A dot ending. How many dimensions? It's a 2 dimension, and print A dot shape, 3 rows and 3 columns. I will do some separation here. I will do one separation. After separation, what I'm going to do is, see, in the variable A, we have 3 rows and 3 columns. If I use the transpose, what happens? Transpose is nothing but converting. This comes 10, 100, 1. This comes 20, 200, 2. This comes 30, 300, 3. So it is changing rows to columns and columns to rows. So B is equals to A dot transpose, capital T. A dot transpose. You can ask me, sir, while using this kind of functions, you are not using NP now. A is already a NumPy array. Am I right? A
Yes.
is already a NumPy array. On top of that NumPy array, I'm going to use transpose. Transpose will convert rows to columns and columns to rows and save in the variable B. Save in the variable B. If you print that particular B, you can see here. Do the things are changed or not? First row becomes column or not? See,
Yes, sir.
second row belongs to column or not. That is the purpose of transpose. That is the purpose of transpose. Where this every function will be used, guys. Okay, not for the analysis people. Every function, what I am telling, will be used for AI people, data science people. Transpose function, if you see any CNN, deep learning CNN models, deep learning CNN, deep learning like advanced AI concepts. So let's say any visualizations you take, how to train the images, videos, and those kind of things. So here, converting the in how many dimensions you have the data doesn't matter. We will be converting. We will interchange the rows and columns. Then we will make them into 1D using Babel. So whatever the functions that I'm teaching, everything will be used in upcoming sections. Okay. Transpose is nothing but converting rows to columns and columns to rows. What about Ravel then? Ravel is used to convert any dimension data into single D. Any dimension data into single dimension. Single D means single dimension. For example, let's take the same data instead of wasting time till here. You need to understand the concept. Okay. You know it's a 2D. You know it is a 2D. So if I apply the Ravel function, what Ravel will do? So Ravel will do very simple logic. First row 10, 20, 30. Next second row is there, no? Second row it will come and it will add here. 100, 200, 300. Third row it will come and it will add here. 1, 2, 3. So since it is a 2D data, which is having 3 rows and 3 columns, it will convert into 1D. It will convert into 1D. So Ravel is very simple. Any dimension you take doesn't matter. It converts into 1D. See, A is a NumPy array. A is holding the NumPy array. So A dot Ravel. Ravel. I am going to apply the Ravel function on top of this output. So it converts into 1D. It converts into 1D. See, it converts into 1D. If you want to print the shapes or dimensions, you can copy it from here, you can paste it here. So B dot ending, B dot shape. Now see, B is 1D where you are having 9 values. Guys, following
Yes.
transpose and Ravel function.
Excuse me, sir.
Everyone,
Uh,
yes,
Sir, can transpose also use with the 3D?
3D.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
give the let's give the 3D. Now it is a 3D or not? Oh, 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 oh. So see, it is a 3D. 3D, 4D, 5D, doesn't matter how many dimensions you have. Any dimensions you have, it will convert the data into single D. Any dimensions you have, it will convert the data into 3D. See, first I am taking a 3D, but it is converting them into 1D. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Transpose and Ravel. Okay, transpose and Ravel. Next, I. What is the purpose of using I, sir? It's an identity function. Identity function. Okay, identity function. What is the purpose of using identity function? See, I think everyone knows. I don't know how many people are aware. 1001, 100, 010, 001. In our intermediate, I think so. We used to do these kind of things. Okay, so I is used to maintain identity. A is equals to using NumPy. I'm going to use the I. I'm going to use the I. So you can study here. See, lot of people will ask me, sir, how you are writing the code without looking into any book or anything. See, I will use the intelligence. NumPy, I will use the dot. So dot will show me the function names. So there is a function name called I. There is a function name called I. So I will be picking that function. In NumPy, there is a function I. How to write the code inside the I? See, a intelligence is showing you what they are telling. What they are telling. See, they are giving sample input. So using I, if you want to, if you pass 2 means 1001 will come. If you pass 3 means 100, 010, 001. So everything they are only giving. Yes or no? Intelligence is showing in front of you. So use that intelligence. If I pass 2, if I pass 2, so print A. See, I'm using the intelligence. See, 1001. Since the output is in the floating manner, if you want to change the data type, comma d type is equals to np dot into 32 or 64 anything. See, 1001. If I use 3, if I use 3, 100, 010, 001. If I use 5, 1, 4 zeros. See, identity matrix. That is the purpose of I function. That is the purpose of I function. Guys, understood? Understood about these functions? Array, range, reshape, zeros, 1, I, ravel, transpose, full. Understood, right? Okay. So, let's say, guys, for example, NumPy is a library, first of all. NumPy is a library where in the NumPy library, we are having lot of functions. Array is one of the function, a reshape is one of the function, lot of things. Full is one of the function, I is one of the functions. So lot of functions are there. Like that, there is a function. Like that, there is a function known as a random. Okay, there is a function known as a random function. In NumPy, how the other functions are there? In the same way, there is a function called as a random. There is a function called as a random. So this random function is also having sub functions. This random is also having sub functions like rand int. Okay, let's say rand int. So rand in random. So different functions are there, sub functions. So see, very important kind of things. So random function. See here, guys. In NumPy, what is the function name, guys? Random only, no? Random only, no? So in the random, sub functions are there or not? In the random, sub functions are there. So which sub function you want to use? I want to use randint. Again, dot randint. Okay, randint. See, a lot of people will ask me, sir, why you are writing two dots? In NumPy, the first function is a random. In the random function, there are sub function which is randint, randn, and random. So first I am taking randint. So what this randint will do for you? So what this randint will do for you? So randint is very simple. Randint is very simple. You pass a range from the value 10 to 50. From the values 10 to 50, in between 10 to 50, please pick three integer values randomly. Please pick three random integer values. See, if I print a, in between 10 to 50, in between 10 to 50, randomly three integer values it is going to. Randomly three integer values it is going to pick in front of you. Simple. That is the purpose of randint. You can pass how many you want. Suppose if I want 5. So you can pass 5. If you pass 1, only one random input will come. Only one random. In between the range, how many you want, those many values it will give in front of you. That is the purpose of randint. Randint. So inside the random, randint. Same thing in the random, there is randn. Randn, guys. See, randn. What this randn will do? In the NumPy, there is a function called random. In the random function, there is a function known as a randn. Lot of things will be there, but I'm telling you the important things. If you sit and learn NumPy, it take at least 2 to 3 years of time to learn only NumPy. It's not a easy. It's not a easy libraries. It's a oceans. Okay. So what are important? What we will be using for the projects, in the real-time projects, those things we need to learn. Again, NumPy, random is a library. Inside the random, we have a lot of sub functions. That is one of the functions random. So you study here what they are telling. See, intelligence is showing you what this random will do. So what this random will do? Random will follow standard norm. Some kind of standard deviation concept, which we will be seeing in upcoming sections. In the statistics, I will explain you about standard deviation. So random, if I pass 3, 4, if I just pass 3, 4, if I print a, see what this random will do is random will take the input from the user. So what I'm trying to, I'm asking create 3 rows, 4 columns, random values based on the standard deviation. Standard deviation means, I think a lot of people might know. Mean will be 0, first standard deviation, second standard deviation, third standard deviation, -1, -2, -3 standard deviations. This kind of plane will come. Yes or no? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
So based on this standard deviation, so generate some random values like 3 rows and 4 columns. Some random values we are picking. Some random values we are picking. Okay. If you repeat once again, the values will change, another values will come. So if you see the last one, inside the random, there is another function random also. Same thing, it works also in the same manner. A is equals to in the NumPy random dot random of. So random dot random, because random is a function, sub function also random only. If I pass, so see here, if I pass 3 comma 5, 3 rows and 5 columns, randomly generate the values. But it is showing one error for me. Random takes one position argument, 2 were given. Random takes one position argument, 2 were given. So see, Shravani is asking about rand n. Rand n is nothing but 3 rows, 4 columns you want. So 3 rows and 4 columns where randomly some values will be generated based on the standard deviation. 0 to 1, 0 to -1 kind of thing. Okay, 0 to 0, 1, 0 to -1, -2, -3, different values it will be generated randomly. There is no meaning for these values, randomly it will give the values for you. And Sushma is asking about I. So I is nothing but identity matrix. Identity matrix. For example, if I pass 2 here, 1, 0, 0, 1. If I pass 3, I think you know. If I pass 3 means 3 rows, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. If I pass 4, first write 1, 4 rows total, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So if you pass 4, this will be the output. See, if you pass 4, this will be the output. See, into 32. So since if I am not passing, if I don't pass the data type, the output will be in the form of float. If you want to keep the float value like that, you please maintain the float, or else no sir, I want the output each and every value in integer. So I want to change the data type to integer. So using NumPy, I'm selecting, I want all the values to be integer. I want all the values to be integer. But in integer, what you want? You want integer 4 bytes or 8 bytes or 16 bytes or 32 bytes, what you want? So I want each and every value to save in the memory with 32 bit. That's why I'm passing. Okay. So when coming back in the NumPy, there is a function known as random and sub function also random. If I am passing to generate 3 rows and 5 columns random value, it is throwing me one error. Why? Because keep another parenthesis. Okay, keep another parenthesis. So what this random function will do? Random function will create some random values, 3 rows and 5 columns, some random values. See, 3 rows and 5 columns, some random values. See guys, very simple. Rand int, in between the range how many values you want, it will give. Rand in 3 rows 4 columns, how many you are passing, how many rows and how many columns you are passing, those many values it will generate, but according to the standard deviation, like 0 to -1, 0 to -2, 0 to 1, 0 to 2, like that. So if you see here, random what it will do, 3 rows and 5 columns, whatever you are passing here, those many rows and those many column values will be generated, but the output will be in between 0 to 1 only. Okay, values will be in between 0 to 1. So but here values will be coming from, values will come from standard deviation. So negative values will be also there. Guys, understood? Understood everyone?
Yes.
Sushma is asking transpose. Where is the transpose? Transpose is nothing but converting the columns to rows and rows to columns. For example, this is the data. If I apply the transpose for it, columns. So this is the column. Change is to row. 10, 100, 1. This is the column. Change it to row. 20, 200, and 2. This is the column. Change it to row. 30, 300, and 3. So rows will be converted to columns. Columns will be converted to rows. That is the purpose of transpose. Guys, clear everyone? All the built-in functions in NumPy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mostly these are the important functions that you need to learn in NumPy. So let me guess whether any other built-in functions are there. So diagonal function will be there, but nowhere we will be using the diagonal function. That's why I didn't tell you. Diagonal function. Diagonal function. See, diagonal means what, sir? Means, let's say, diagonal means what? Diagonal. Sushma, it's not full. Fill. It's about full. I think you came late. I think so. So full. Where is the full? Somewhere I discussed the full. So full means nothing but whatever the value that you want to add. So let's say zeros means zeros will come. Ones means ones will come. But if you want to generate your own value, so using the full function, first of all, I will decide how many rows and how many columns I want. So I need 3 rows and 5 columns. Everything will be filled with 9. So it will be filling with 9. That is the purpose of full. So guys, you tell me, for example, let's say for example, I will write few things. Tell me what is the meaning of it. 1, 10, 11, 21, 31, 48, 19, 20, 47. What are the diagonal values here?
131, 47.
1, 31.
31, 47.
Yes, these are the diagonal values. Yes or no? These are the
Yes.
diagonal values. So you can maintain your own diagonal values. Okay, you can maintain diagonal means like you can build your own diagonal values. Remaining things you can make it into 0.
Zeros.
See, yeah. So for example, see A is equals to in NumPy diagonal di. I will type di and I will see diagonal function is there or not. Diagonal. See here. I think diagonal or diag. Let me see. Intelligence will come. I will study about it first. Not diagonal. Diag. I think so. I think diag. Okay. Let me type or let me see. Diagonal. Okay. Diagonal. So diagonal. Where I want to pass 10, 21, 31, 41. And I'm just going to print it. I don't know whether it works or not. Let's see. So diag requires an array at least a 2 dimension. Okay, let me pass 2 dimension data. Let me pass 2 dimension data. So 10. Okay. Let me check. Yes, long back I worked with this one. Diag. So let me check it in the internet, in the official documentation. So NumPy diagonal function. So if you forgot the function means, you can go and you can check it in the website. So diag, we need to write the diag. So what inputs it is expecting? So what inputs it is expecting? Just give me a minute. So 9 values, they are reshaping into 3, 3. So these are the diagonal values that we know very well. Okay, we can pull the values from that. Okay, I think we can't create the diagonal. We can pull the values from there. That is the purpose of diagonal. Sorry. That we can pull the diagonal values from NumPy array. From NumPy array. For example, see, let me take the 2D representation data which we have using previously. Let's say I will be taking this one. Let's say I will be taking this one. Since it is in the 2D, 3D, let me make it into 2D. Let me make it into 2D. Okay, you know very well. You know very well. This is print A. Print A means see, this is coming. So what are the diagonal values here, guys? 10,
200.
200. So these are the diagonal values. So if you want to pull them, you can use diag. So see, you're using NumPy. Please pull me the diagonal values from the A. From the A. Say 10 to 103 are the diagonal values. So from the array, from the NumPy array, if you want to pull the diagonal values, you can use diag. So if any functions you forgot, go to the official documentation. So mainly if in the official documentation, see, lot of functions are there. Each function you can study. For example, once means completely about once. Okay. So it will give you a lot of information. Okay. In the real time also, when you're doing any project, you will be using the official documentation because all the things we can't remember. No? That's why. So this is completely about NumPy, guys. So mostly all the things in NumPy. So if you have any query, you can ask me. If you have any query, you can ask me. Lot of things you can do. You can do math operations also. You can do math operations also. So 2 or 3 math operations I will tell you. So some math operations. Okay, some math operations. For example, I want to add. Imagine, so I'm taking one array. B is equals to, I'm going to take another array. I'm going to take another array. It's a 2D. It's a 2D. Okay, it's a 2D. It's a 2D. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 20, 21, 22. So see, what is A generally? What is A? A is equals to 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 300, 1, 2, 3. So what is B? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 20, 21, 22. So this is A, this is B. So adding means what? A plus B. So what will be the output finally? A plus B. Output will be 10 plus 1, how much?
11.
20 plus 2, how much?
20.
22. So one value with the first value. 33. 100 plus 5, 105, 206, 307, 21, 23, 25. This will be the output. And when you are trying to do any math operation, the shapes should be same. So you can't do 2 rows, 2 columns with 3 rows, 3 columns. Their shapes should be same. Print A plus B. Print A plus B. See, you can see the output which I mentioned here. So you can do directly like this, or else you can apply one more concept. One more concept using NumPy libraries only. You can do it. So using NumPy, in the NumPy there is a built-in function called add. I want to add A comma B. I want to add A comma B. See, you can directly do like this A plus B, or using NumPy there is a built-in function add. It will take 2 and it will add. It will take A and B, it will add. Using NumPy you can do it, or using normal way also you can do it. Okay, subtraction means subtraction, multiplication means multiplication. Anything you can do it. Anything you can do it. So there is one more concept I want to tell you, math multiplication. So subtraction means this value minus this value. This value minus this value. Multiplication means this value into this value. Simple. Mathmal means it's a little bit different. Let's say take a matrix. I'm going to take a matrix A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What is the shape of this matrix, guys? What is the shape of this matrix? 2 rows into 3 columns. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
2 rows and 3 columns. Take another one B. Suppose let's say uh, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 10, 11, 12. Now you tell me 3 rows into 1 column. Yes or no?
Yes,
3 rows
sir.
into 1 column. So the last one and the first one, both are matching or not?
Yes, sir.
These both are matching. So you can do multiplication, math multiplication by checking these shapes. So how to do? 1 into 10, how much? 10 plus 2 into 11, how much?
22.
22 plus 3 into 12, how much?
46.
36. 36. Okay. Next one. 36. Total, how much you got? 36 plus 22. So 46, 56, 58. 58 for the first value. 4 into 10 fours are 40. 55, 72. Add everything, how much you will get? 72, 55, 40. How much? 22, 55, 40, 7, 9, 16. 167, right?
Yes.
167. So this will be the output. This will be the output. Okay, first let me apply this one and let me give some other shapes and let me tell you. So see, A is equals to okay, A is equals to, let's say, NumPy dot array of 2D 1 comma 2 comma 3. Next 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, 4 comma 5 comma 6. T is equals to numpy dot area of 10 comma 11 comma 12. Yes or no? See here what you are doing. So B, this makes like one row, but we don't need like this. Yes or no? How we
Yes.
need? We don't need like this. We need something like, we like, so first row 10. Yes or no?
Yes,
Second
sir.
row 20 and third row, sorry, 11, 12. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is today. So single rows, each single rows. In each row only one value I'm maintaining. So if I want to apply mat multiplication means print in the NumPy, there is a function called mat multiplication. See, can you see matmul here?
Yes, sir.
Matmul. So for the matmul, if I pass a comma b, so first it will check the shape of the a is 2 into 3. The shape of the b is nothing but 3 into 1. 3 into 1. So the last value in the a, the first shape value in the b, both are matching. So matmul operations can be done. Matmul operations can be done. I think in addition, I think we got wrong. So somewhere, but you understood the concept, no? You're
Yes, sir.
writing 68. 68. Now my question for you is, so let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let me change this one. Let me change these values. Let me change these values to 10, 11, 12. So what is the shape here? One row, 3 columns. Yes or no?
Yes,
One
sir.
row. The last value in the shape and the first value, both are matching, both are not matching. So in
Matching.
that case, what happens? In that case, what happens? So see what you have to give here. Only a single row. Only a single row. So single row 10, 11 and 12. So if I apply the matmul, what was the concept that you are getting? See, do you getting any outcome? No. I think intermediate, I think you are aware of matrix concepts. So that is what implementing here using matmul. You need to check the shapes, then only the division will be, multiplications will be available. So this kind of mathematics also you can do with NumPy. Depends on the situation. So this is end-to-end NumPy, guys. If you have any query, you can ask me. If you have any query, you can ask me till now.
So just explain the last one that you just explained.
So this one,
That one. Yes, the last one.
where you didn't understand this one.
So the
In the
last
shapes,
you told 44 number. Yeah, the
no,
last below this one. Yeah.
both are same. What is the shape? If there is a shape, then only the math operations can be implemented. What is the shape of A? What is the shape of A?
Three
Three
rows,
rows and
three column.
three columns. What is the shape of B? Single row. One
Single
row, single row,
columns.
three columns. So A is having 3 comma 3. B is having 1 comma 3. Do the last one and the first one. Both are matching?
No.
No. So the math operation you can't do. If you see here, it is having the math operations. Let's say first one, A is having 3 rows, 3 columns. B is having 3 rows and single column. So last one and the first one, both are matching. So you can do the math operation, which I have done previously.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is completely about NumPy, which is very important. So I will upload this example files. Then I will explain the assignment also. Just give me a minute. So whatever the work that I have done here, please do a lot of practice on top of NumPy. I'm telling you. Okay. So NumPy, the classwork file is here. Then let me upload the examples file. NumPy. See, two things are a lot of examples are there. So NumPy, and if you need the PPTs, I will upload the PPT also. Yeah, NumPy. PPT also I'm uploading. Same thing I think I need to upload in another people. So here also, let me do one thing. First, let me upload the examples. Let me upload the, okay. Let me first upload the PPTs. Okay. So see, both the drives are updated. The written file which I have done, I will upload here. Once downloading from there, keep it as a. Now I'm going to explain the assignment. Assignment I'm going to give. Strings we have completed, right? Last time. Guys, which one we completed? Strings we have
Strings,
completed.
sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me go with I'm going to give the assignment on list now. I'm going to give the assignment on list. So I'll explain the question and you do the coding for it. Same how you have done in the last time. Same you need to write the code here and you need to execute it. I will compare the question and I will check the answer. What was the first question? Write a Python program to count the number of elements in a list. So in this particular list, without using length, don't use the length. Without using the length, find out how many values are there. Total how many values are there. Please find out without using length function. When coming to question number 2, Write a Python program to find maximum and minimum value in a given list. You can use like max function or min function and you can find out. It's an easy question only. Third question, write a Python program to remove the first occurrences of a specified element from the list. For example, you see, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. So 2 is repeating once again. So you need to remove that 2. For example, let's say if I am passing 10, 11, 10 comma 11 comma 13, 10 comma 11 comma 13. Write a Python program to remove the first occurrences of a specified element from the list. So in a simple way, the meaning of this question is whatever the values that are repeating again and again, please remove them. Remove the 10 and 11. One time it is enough. There is no need of particularly only 10 or 11. Whatever the values that are repeating again and again, remove them. So what is the fourth question? Write a Python program to find the average of all the numbers elements in the list. Please find the average. Formula I will be telling you. Sum of values divided by number of values. Use this formula and do the concept. Do the concept. Add every value divided by how many total number of values. Give those total number of values. That is the question number 4. Question number 5. Write a Python program to check if a list is empty or not. So take a list. Is it empty or not? You need to show me. You just need to show me. Question number 6. Write a Python program to find the index of a specified element in a list. So I think you can use the index function. It is also easy. If you want to find the index of it, what you will be doing? Variable dot index. Simple. It's a easy question. Question number 7. Write a Python program to find which number is palindrome in the below list. So in these numbers, which is a palindrome number you need to find out. So what is the meaning of palindrome? The reverse of the number should be also same. 123 if I reverse is 321, not a palindrome. But 121 means if I reverse it 121. So out of these three values, 121 is a palindrome. So you need to write the logics. You need to write a logic and show me that any numbers. Imagine I might pass. Don't think I will pass only these three numbers. I might pass 100 numbers in a list. 100 numbers I might pass. But your logic should iterate with each and every number and it should check. It should check. Question number 8. Write a Python program to find the common elements between two lists. So there are two lists, list 1 and list 2. List 1 and list 2. So between this list and this list, what are the common values are there? What are the common values are there? Please check it. 10 and 10 is the common value. Please print the 10. That is question number 8. Question number 9. Write a Python program to remove the duplicates from the list. For example, in this particular list, I'm having 10 and 10. So remove the 10. So duplicate. If any number repeating 2 times, keep it only 1 time. Write a Python program to sort a list of strings in ASCII order. So for example, here I have given a list and I have given A, B, C. So find the ASCII value for A, 97. ASCII value for C, 99. ASCII value for B, 98. So based on these values, make them sorting order, ascending order, which means 97, 98 and 99. 97 becomes A, 98 becomes B, 90 becomes C. So see, it is A, C, B, but convert them into A, B, C based on their ASCII value sorting order. Find the ASCII value, then maintain them in an ascending order. These are the 10 different questions comes under list. Guys, understood all the questions? Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will be sharing that assignment here. I mean, somewhere. Some list. Assignment. Deadline. Let's take the deadline today, Wednesday, right? I need by Friday evening. I need by Friday evening. Okay, I will upload the file here. Please check it there. Okay. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow with the new concept pandas.
Thank you, sir.